Morning, y'all. It's Sam from the Roots of Change newsletter, and they did it. The Supreme Court did it. They ruled that Donald Trump is immune from prosecution because he was a sitting president when he tried to overturn the government. So, if you're elected, is it illegal? I just want to get on here and say we knew that the Supreme Court was corrupted. They want to create a white supremacist, fascist, authoritarian nation. They want to make sure that the elite, white, wealthy men stay at the top and that we do not have anything to support ourselves as we go through the climate crisis and all of the other major disasters that are man-made by the people that are trying to reshape our government and rein it under control, under their control. You might be very surprised having woken up this week. You might have been surprised last week when you heard some of the Supreme Court rulings. You might have been surprised when Joe Biden showed up at that debate the way that he did. And frankly, you might be surprised that Donald Trump showed up at the debate the way that he did. This is all by design. We need to be very clear about what the stakes of the new November election are. They are trying to take over our country and make sure that they hold into place the economic structures that we have, which are white supremacist, patriarchal, capitalist structures. Why they are so afraid right now is because in 2020, we stood up and we protested in the streets and we said, we are not going to have that. We demand a multiracial democracy. We demand more than that. And they have been using every instrument that they can since Reagan, really, but if you want to talk about 2020, since 2020. So every Supreme Court ruling, every lower court ruling, every throw shit at the wall media coverage, all of the horrifying things that are coming out of the states, all of this is by design. They are trying to throw shit at the wall and make it so that we are overwhelmed by how fascist they are. We are not going to turn away from this. It is all the same thing. They are all trying to do the same thing. And so knowing what their goal is, we know how to defeat that. We do that by coming together. We do that by creating community, by resource sharing, by reciprocity. We come in and learn those decolonized ways. We do our own inner work. And we do this together and through love and through joy, but also through hard times. We have to come together and have hard conversations. We have to do the real human work of organizing. We have to do the real human work of talking to voters and explaining to them what the stakes are of this election. So if you woke up this morning or you woke up recently freaking out about the November election, one, welcome. I encourage you to listen to the Roots of Change podcast, subscribe to the Roots of Change newsletter, and learn the roots of these issues. And let's get out there and let's talk to voters and let's do everything that we can in our power to make sure that we do not have fascism in November. I do not care who is at the top of the ticket at this point. I care that I am voting for Ketanji Brown Jackson. I am voting for Deb Haaland. I am voting for Lena Khan. I am voting for all of these people who are continuing to fight for our country on the inside as I fight on the outside. So that is my message this morning on Monday as we hear the final decisions of the Supreme Court rulings in 2024. If you want to learn more about the Supreme Court, just hold up because I will be sharing more of the history and the background of how we got here and all of the other things that I have covered across the years in terms of our newsletter. So stick around, hold it down, take a breath. We've got this. It's going to feel scary, but we've got this.